Looking forward to the weekend. My first question was going to be about goal difference. The other top two sides obviously scoring a lot of goals. There was a 9-0 defeat by Glasgow City. We had a lot of chances last weekend that maybe we didn't convert. Is that something you're working on to look to convert maybe some of those chances, and that you're aware that goal difference could be really important as the competitiveness of the league and it gets tighter at the top?
Yeah, we did like we do every week, the last game review. We do always together, and the only bad thing that we spot is actually, lack of clinicality in the last ball. Actually, the build-up was excellent. I thought we moved the ball perfectly, very, very quick, good weight of the pass. Everything was perfect. Maybe the last, the last ball, just in the 1v1 against the keeper, it was a day that we were not our best, but still, it was a fantastic result, 6-0 against a team that is very well organized. They were in a back six almost the whole game because of how aggressive we were. So it was quite pleasing to see the chances created. But yeah, of course, for us, we are always, it's about ourselves. I don't mind the other two teams. It's about us being a little bit better every week. And that's something that we need to work on. Although, I thought, as I say, it was very good. League different, goals different in the league. We always want to win for as many goals as possible against any team, even against the top teams. And we always want the next goal. As soon as we score, we want the next one. And that won't change because that is in our mentality. Maybe at the end of the season, maybe goals would be important, especially if, the top three teams right now keep the great form we are all in. But the league is very long, and some teams that they haven't picked up points in the last games, but I know they are very good and they will be picking points in the future. So for us, it's only about try to score as many as possible, but not to compare ourselves with the other two, but to try to be better than we were the week before.
Yeah, and obviously, Spartans, Tegan mentioned there, they're good defensively and things like that. We've talked about the way that you pick a team, because when we do our Celtic Women's Football show, we're always thinking about maybe making predictions of lineups, but we've sort of given up on that now. Could you just give us a little bit of insight? So say you're approaching a team like Spartans at the weekend. How do you approach the challenge? And you have said it is a challenge of picking that starting 11 from a squad with such depth and quality.
Yeah, and that's why we got a squad of such a depth and quality, is because everyone got the opportunity. You don't have a squad of depth and quality if you play the same 11 all the time. Then the players that don't play as much, if they are good enough to be challenging for first spot, they will go to other teams where they can get playing minutes. So it's very important that you reward, in my opinion, of course, there are other ways of coaching. It's very important to reward hard work. It depends on the game plan. In games that we give priority to the counter-pressing, to the transition, we will give priority to probably players that are very good at transition moments. It depends of the game or depends on the form. If a player is flying, you don't want to stop that good form. But if a player is flying in training and didn't have a chance, it's very important that we give her the chance to tell her that we trust her. It's very difficult, I don't gonna lie. It's the part of my job that I like the less. Not picking the team, that's easy, but talking to the players or leaving players out, that's the difficult part, because many of the players living out of the squad or sometimes even or out of the team, they don't deserve it. They deserve to be playing. So it's very hard. It's hard for you to guess. It's hard for me to decide as well. But that's what the strength of the team. I think I say before, I think we have the best squad in the country as a squad. Not necessarily the starting 11 with more quality, but as a squad, I think we are the strongest. And that's because, we don't depend on one player. Any player can be missing and we are going to be equally strong. As we show with the transfer window, new players coming in, and I think we are playing the best football we ever played at Celtic. So yeah, it's very important for me to switch players and that every player is ready to make an impact and every player is high in confidence because they know we trust them all.
Yeah, one of the players actually that I wanted to mention, you saying that ties in quite nicely, was Kathleen McGovern, because obviously she's kind of come into form. She's come in this season and made a real impact. She's scoring goals, she's assisting, she was out on loan to Hamilton. So I feel like, is her current performance due to some of those minutes that she was able to get being out on loan? Is that something, obviously London Pollard's out on loan, Maria McAnany's out on loan. Is that something you want to use in the future to keep developing the squad?
Yeah, like I say, Claire, so the most important thing is the players get top quality training, which in our opinion we can provide, but they also have these playing minutes. If we think a player is not going to get enough minutes, it's not good for their development, then we send the player on loan. At that time, Magov just came out of an injury, so the team was already in this competitiveness of playing twice a week. She wasn't ready at that moment because of lack of minutes, because of the injury, and we thought it's best to go in second division to get these minutes, to get this confidence back, which every player have after an injury. And we knew that would help her more in making an impact this season. The change of formation helped her a lot because now she is not required to run in behind as much, which is not really her game. But she's a very tidy player, is very good on the ball, she got great vision. So that position really helped her. And she can do both. She can try to threaten behind, but she can receive in between the lines quite accurately. So yeah, for her, I think, she's playing probably one of the best footballs of her career. She's still a very young player. But the good thing is I could say that about pretty much every player of the squad. They are in the best form I've seen them. So that's very, very good. And why they are in that? Because they cannot switch off. They have to work every day hard and hard and hard because nobody got the spot.
Mm-hmm. Just before I go quickly, looking forward to the weekend again, might we see Izzy Atkinson back? I know she's been injured, and Sarah Harks as well.
Sarah is not training yet. Is feeling much better, but she's not fully training. Is training, but not fully training. Izzy is now fully training. So if obviously hasn't played for a while, so we need to wait to see how she. But she could be in the squad. Yeah.
Pleased to see we scored a couple of goals from corner kicks at the weekend.
Yes, I am. This is a strength of us. It's really a strength of us. And this year we haven't scored many, and it was quite pleasing to see in the same game 2 from set plays. We work every week, every single week we work with set plays, and this year. Obviously, the good thing is that the outfield playing, it was working very well. But the set plays, defensively very good, but offensively not so good. And yeah, it's very pleasing to see 2 goals because that's something. It's a weapon that we might need to use during the season.
Those 2 points we dropped last season against Forfar seemed to cast a shadow over us for a long time. Right to the end, we were regretting it. So this game against Spartans is the kind of game that we've got to make sure we're on it. We get the points, then we sit back and wait and see what happens in another game.
Yeah, of course, for us, and it's very important, and that's why we always go game by game. We are not thinking about the league. We are not thinking it's only about 3 points. That's our season is the next 3 points, and Spartan is a very strong team. They got experienced players, very aggressive in midfield. They are good in the air, and they are very, very good in the counter-attack as well. So obviously we know their strengths. And we will try to minimize the strengths, but they also got a lot of weaknesses, and we will try to exploit that. But for sure, we won't underestimate them. They are a good team. Maybe not. They didn't have the best start. Last year they started very well the season. This year not so well. But still, I know it could be a tough team. So if we are expecting to have a huge score like the 9-0, that's not realistic. It's a good team, and they will be looking forward to make up for the lack of points they had. So they for sure will fight. So they won't be underestimated.
With the international break for the men's game, the Manchester Derby was on BBC last week and it attracted 1.1 million viewers. And in Stockholm for their derby, 18,500 turned up to watch the Green and Whites win 4-1. And is this something that you're looking forward to happening with Celtic?
Yeah, all this news in the women game this year is impressive. The numbers has increased massively. Obviously they are now showing live games in Sky, and they got record audience, and that's fantastic for the women game. Of course, it's no different in Scotland. There is more passion for the women game. There is more people watching the women game. The covering that we are doing in the country about the women game, just media channels like yourselves and even the highlights package, everything is fantastic. I think everyone is very excited. Everyone now recognizes players from every team. I think it's brilliant, and that attracts players, quality players from abroad as well, to the Scottish League that maybe in the past wasn't so much. So yeah, I think it's exciting, and that's something that make me happy and make me proud. Of course, I want Celtic to be the best out of all. I want Celtic to have the best attendances, Celtic to have the more fans, and I think our fan base know that, and I think our fan base are, they really love the team, and we will see them. So hopefully this year we will beat a few records in terms of attendances.
Last one from me, Fran. What's the best result from your point of view in the Glasgow City Rangers game at the weekend?
The best result is if both lose, but I don't think that's possible. So yeah, whatever happened, as long as we play well and we have a good result against the Spartans, then I will just enjoy whatever happen. Both won't win, so it's gonna be a good week for us, regardless of what happened in that game. I don't have really a preferred result because the league is very long. Last year, the last game of the season, I have a preferred result, but didn't happen. So this year is relevant. But it could be a good game because one of the two will drop points.